Alright, another theory video coming at you. Right? Sorry, let me just get some. Okay, so I have another theory. I know that I found out that there's a rumor or speculations that there's the rocket in the codes of Fortnite. There's a rocket explosion, and I've heard a few people saying that it could be that well, give me a second. And that maybe it's maybe the season 5 will go out with a big bang. Well, here's my theory on it. It could be well, when it reaches to either Loot Lake or Salty Springs, it probably will, I don't know, it'll probably stay in one place until the season ends. And then when the season ends, it's probably going to be like another timed event, like in season 5 near the end, with the rocket and stuff like that. I feel like once it finds its place, when it stops in one of those locations, I feel like it's probably the rocket will probably come back. If y'all, I know some of y'all are confused or something like that. What if the cube makes all that rocket, makes the energy from the lightning make another rift? It could be something a small or a huge rift, and probably the rocket will come out of it and then target the cube. And then when it targets the cube, it'll explode. It'll hit it and explode. After that, the cube will just, or that, every player, you'll just knock it back or destroy it. I don't know. Then probably then if it actually hits the rocket again, if it hits the cube, then and it blows up, I have a feeling that either the fragments of the cube will go across the map, or just it'll all evaporate, and there'll practically be nothing left besides just a huge crater of explosions and a rocket. I mean, if we look at the meteor, it made a huge crack. Now, we don't know how big the blast the rocket could have created when it destroyed, when people speculated it was going to, when people first speculated the rocket's probably going to destroy Tilted Towers. We didn't have any idea how big the explosion would be. I'm thinking maybe if it did hit Tilted, it'll probably end up destroying the entire thing, like leaving a huge crater, almost just like the one in Dusty, which I'm eventually going to call Dusty, which I'm going to call Dusty Rainforest, Dusty Forest. Oh shit. Anyways, and if that's the case, then well, we're gonna either be looking at the destruction of Pleasant or something else. But of course, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I've been noticing that so when I first looked, when I found a video of the map evolution, I can't remember what video it was, but it was a map evolution. I don't know where the video is. But that was what, months ago, actually last year. Yeah, I can't remember that far. Anyways, maybe hold on. The lake, I've noticed during the video, the lake to me it looked to be a little bit smaller in this season than it was season 4. And so when I went ahead, I kept restarting the video and looking at Loot Lake, and eventually I noticed that Loot Lake is actually shrinking. Like all the water is gonna like go kaput. It could be just, well, I don't know I do not know what's keeping Loot Lake so filled with water. There is a river that looks to be like delivering water to it, but from where? I don't see it. I mean, I followed the river once and lead it out of the map, and there it was also pouring water. So now I'm confused. What's keeping Loot Lake a lake? I'm so confused. I'm like, where it's getting all of its water? I mean, I actually wouldn't care if Loot Lake got taken out, because every time I go there, I hate it so much. I have to constantly jump through the water, making you so vulnerable. But when you get down, it's practically the safest place to go, because it's much harder for enemies to find you in the water when you're downed. And of course, there's that stupid exploit, which the reason why I call it stupid is because I never encountered an enemy with that problem. I mean, it could be, I feel like, I tried the exploit once for myself. I got no kills. Every time I try to attack someone, they end up killing me. So, I've seen Musok do that once, and I mean, Musok, he looks like a good player. I would probably try and give Musok a real hard fight. At least do my best and not hold anything back, even if I'm pretending to be a noob. But that's if I ever come across him. I never came across any one of those popular people. Well, anyways, enough of that. I do recommend Musok. I think I'm probably going to grab a link from his channel and post it. I don't know, but if I do, link down below. Well, anyways, I mean, I know a lot of people, at least from Pleasant, no, not Pleasant, god damn it, Salty Springs. It could be entirely destroyed, or half of it destroyed, or a quarter. Excuse me. or originally, the way it was going, people saw it. When people first saw it move, they noticed that it's actually going a certain direction. So I watched a video where it was going, and it said that it was going to the center of the map, but look at it now. It's in different it's in different areas, parts, places. So, yeah. And the cube, when I first created those gravity fields, the first gravity field, and I saw the symbols, I knew immediately that it was going to place more than one. But it's definitely going to place more than 2. So, then Fatal Fields, yeah, stuff like that. But Lazy Links, I don't really like the place. I actually hate that place. I don't know why. I think mainly because Anarchy, I remember it being one of my first places I went to. Back then, I was a complete noob. I always messed up, and the best I could do is like the top 27s. The best I could do. Well, And then after that, I stopped playing, and then I watched more and more YouTubers play it, and eventually I decided to give it another shot, and this time I was much better from before. I was just below average player. I'm not sure what the average player is, to be honest. But I bet Sans knows. Anyways. Yeah, I try my best. It's probably because, well, now when I started getting better and better I started evolving, going better, started racking more people, and so on. I mean, so anyways, yeah. No, I forgot. I'll be right back. I don't know. I couldn't remember what else. What other theories. The main reason I don't like Lazy Links is because of they took out Anarchy. I loved Anarchy. When they took it out, I was not happy at all. I know they replaced it with new locations, and I really liked Anarchy, and I can't believe they took it out, really. So, I'm kind of upset they did that, because I loved the place, and it was one of my first locations I've ever went to, I think, because that's, well, I'm only saying that because I can only remember it. Moisty, I think in season 4, I've never went to Moisty Mire, I think it was called. I've never went there at all. I've only went there once, actually, come to think of it, but I didn't like it, and I ended up dying in like my first footstep, practically. And now, back to the theory. Enough of that bullshit. I'm telling you about how I evolved. I'm saving that for another video. Well, if that's the case, then, well, if they're well, I mean, it would seem plausible, actually. I think it would be true that they would do that. Or they would just completely, like, turn the season around. I mean, the Ragnarok, so it never played a part in the story. It never plays a part. And I'm, like, confused. Probably once, I don't know, week 9 loading screen comes out, it'll probably show Ragnarok and Drift meeting each other first time, and probably in week 10 it'll probably show off with them facing each other, with them like going a one-on-one fight in the bunker. Well, I haven't seen much videos of it, so I don't think I have a theory, but YOLO, that's the only one I have. I'm gonna have to come up with one on the spot. The bunker, it might be when the season first began, when it first appeared. There was a lot of speculation, stuff like that, and even when the season started, it was left untouched, and then I'm predicting that this season's still going to be left untouched, and probably it'll start off next season, season 6, where actually season 6 is based off of that bunker. The loading screen's down, anyways. And if that's the case, then, well, it'll be interesting what we'll finally find out. Well, anyways, I think that's all the time I have. I say around 2 minutes. 2 minutes, yeah, left on this video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a blast, and meet y'all on the battlefield. Bye, everyone.